So these girls are planning on going on a glamping trip. With all the issues that they got going on, we already know that it's going to be everything but a glamp in a trip. It's going to be a drag out fight, and I hope that the people that deserve to get popped in their mouth gets popped in their mouth. Let's get into the review, y'all. And what's going on, you guys? It's be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Married to Medicine Season 11. I think this is episode 3. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing. Yes, y'all, I am back from the H. I had a lovely time in Houston. You know, I normally have a good time anyway. Of course, I spent time and stayed with Josiah. I hung out with Mims. I hung out with Rodney. I hung out with JB Says, what Beasley Says. We all had a great time, and this was my first time actually meeting Roddy in person, and it was really, really good. It was a really nice time. I finally got to hang out with Rodney. It was amazing. So I really had a great time with him. I had a great time with everybody. It was just all good vibes. Everything was good vibes, period. So yeah, that was great. Now before we get into today's review, let me let you guys know what we got coming up. Okay. Now tomorrow is Whether You Like It or Not panel. Yes, it is. And we will be over on Simply Sakina's platform. So she hasn't made the link yet. So when the link is available, it'll definitely be out there. We will all share it on each of our community walls, and we'll be ready. So make sure you guys tune into that. And then on Tuesday, of course, you know, you got reviews on Love and Hip Hop Miami, as well as The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which might wind up being a panel. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to figure it out. And then on Wednesday, we got Roast and Review, and I think we'll be back on T's channel this week. We'll be talking about this past episode of Bill Collective, and I'll be returning to Friday night for Bill Collective reviews, okay? So with that being said, that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcements. So we're going to go ahead and get into the mess of it all, y'all, because Married to Medicine ain't nothing but married to mess. That's what that is. So we open this episode up with Quad. Okay, now Quad is in the kitchen. She cooking her man breakfast or whatever. She get a phone call from him, and he's asking her to come outside. And she was like, "Well, baby, you got a key to the house. You got this. You got that. So why do I need to come outside?" He said, "I need some help with something." Next thing you know, Quad comes outside, and you already know what went down. She got her a new Rolls Royce child. He done bought her a car, and now she's all happy about him buying her a car. And then not only did he buy her a car, but he bought her a Louis Vuitton bag or something like that. And you know, she's just jumping up for joy and is very happy. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this. I ain't saying this because that's what I think, but I'm just gonna tell y'all. People believe that this relationship is performative. I'm not saying that it's performative, but when you look at Twitter and when you look at, you know, some of the reviews and some of the people on social media, a lot of people think that this relationship is very performative. It's the fact that nobody knew about her being with this man. And then when we finally see this man on, you know, TV with her, it's all about him buying the gifts. It's all about him paying for this, paying for that, throwing her birthday parties. It's only about that. It ain't about nothing else. It's just about him, you know, showering her with gifts, making it seem like the relationship is a lot more than what it actually is. Now, according to Funky Dineva and Dr. Heavenly, being that they know Quad personally, they're saying that this relationship is legit. So the only thing that I could say is that if they're saying that it's legit, then it gotta be. But you know, I'm just informing y'all of what the people saying. Now, Scotty by Nature ain't saying that this shit is superficial and performative. I ain't saying it. I'm just telling y'all what the people are saying. Now, I want to know because this is a premiere video. So I just want to know, do y'all think this shit is performative? I just want to know. Because if y'all think it's performative, then you know, we got some shit to talk about. I'm just saying. However, after that, they asked Quad was she ready to have babies, and Quad pretty much said that she's ready to bust that pussy open, get him a baby, make a family with him. She feeling like Monica right now. Can we start a family? We made it official, baby. That's what she's saying now. She don't know how she survived all this time without him. That's basically what she's saying. So yeah, she said she ready to have babies. And a lot of people will say, well, Dr. G wanted a baby real bad, but you didn't want to give him a baby. But in her words, these are her words, not mine. But in her words, she said that that last marriage that she was in was not the right situation to have a baby in. It was a very volatile situation, and she did not want to bring a child into it. Um, I'm not gonna say that she lied by her saying that. I'm not gonna say that she lied, but why you just didn't say that from the very beginning? Because it did look as though you didn't want to have no baby by that old ass man. That's just the way it looked off to other folks. Like you was just using him for what you could use him for, and then you just didn't want to have no kid by him. But I just felt like if she were really using him, then she would have been popped the baby out for him. So it may have honestly been about the way the relationship was going and how it really wasn't a good situation. That's what I'm starting to think. I'm starting to believe that that's really what that was, and it wasn't really anything that was completely, you know, fake and phony. It may have been she was just wasn't feeling the nature of the relationship, and that's not the type of relationship she wanted to bring her child in. And honestly, if we all thought like that, we would save a lot of these kids the heartbreak of being growing up in situations where the parents don't get along and the shit is toxic and the kid don't get to have both of their parents in their life. So I give quiet that. But I will say that she does seem happy. She does seem happy. When she was with Dr. G, she didn't really seem happy. I just felt like everything was so monotonous. They were just going through the motions. They really wasn't doing things that showed that they were happy. They were just going through the motions just to keep a smile on their face for the people. So anyway, we're gonna move on to Toya and Eugene. One thing about Toya and Eugene on this show, I think that Toya and Eugene are probably my favorite couple on here because number one, they're funny, they're real about everything that they're going through, and they keep it real with their kids. I like Toya and Eugene together, and I know everybody was so sad and upset when the shit went down with Simone and Cecil. But I really feel like if anything happened to where Toya and Eugene couldn't get it right, baby, I would be pissed. I love them together. Like I really do love watching Toya and Eugene together because I think that out of all of the cast members on this show, and I'm just being for real, I think that Toya is the realest one. No, hands down. I'll like hands down. I think that she's the realest one. I've always felt like she was the realest one, even in her messiness. She owns her shit. She knows she being messy. She know that she being nosy. She knows. She show you the good and the bad, like for real. And that is the essence of having a good cast member for a reality show. They want to show you everything, not just when they're up, not just when they're up. They're gonna show you when they're down as well. So I really like Toya. So they was talking to their son about the female organ, the female parts or whatever. And the first thing he said was the vagina, which I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. That's the only thing that he was gonna bring up was the damn vagina. Because he's a boy, so it is what it is. And then they were saying you're headed into puberty, you're gonna start having the wet dreams and stuff. And he said, oh, that already happened. And then Toya was like, oh my God, what was it like? And Eugene was like, oh my God, like, can you stop? And then, it was funny to me to see Toya get hella excited about her son having a wet dream. That's some of the most, I don't know if everybody understands how embarrassing that shit is. I had my first wet dream when I was like 13, and I woke up and I was like, I think every boy who ever woke up with a wet dream, woke up from a wet dream, they probably woke up and they was like, and they pulled their cover up and did this. Didn't know what the fuck was going on because I did. My mama told me, "Oh, your ass just had a wet dream, child. Go on, take them drawers off and shit and put them in the wash machine. You'll be all right." You know what I mean? Like that was the craziest shit. That was the craziest shit. So I can only imagine how he felt talking about it with his mama. Um, so they sent him outside to go study. And then, they was talking about the different things that, Eugene wants to do in his practice. And she brings up Botox. He's not really too sure about doing Botox, but, Toya Toya's looking at the money aspect of it all because she knows that that's the thing these days. The girls go to the doctors and the girls go and get, Botox, injected in their damn face and get the fillers and stuff like that. And we are in Atlanta. So being that we are in Atlanta, that's what they do. So she's saying, I'm just saying, while we do things that make us happy, we also need to do some things that make us money as well. And so when she said that, that's when Eugene was like, well, it looks like we're kind of on the same page. I get what you're saying. So, they're on the right path. They're doing what they doing their due deals as a couple and doing what they need to do. They understand what this is all about and what it's going, what we getting to. You feel what I'm saying? So Toya was like, yeah, do what make you happy. Do what make you happy, fool. Do what make you happy. It's okay to do what make you happy, but make sure we got to do what brings us the coin. They make them when you got the coin. They make them when you got the coin. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what Toya is saying. Yeah, do the stuff that make you happy, but you also need to do what you got to do to make sure we get the coin in the damn house. And I agree. It's always a good balance and a good mixture to do both. Okay. So next thing that's on the list is Simone and Cecil. Okay, Simone, and I love to say his name, Cecil. Cecil probably one of my favorite husbands on this show too. Just like Eugene is my favorite husband, I think that Cecil is one of my favorite husbands as well, honey. But anyway, Cecil, him and Simone, they go over to the boys' house, which is up in Peachtree Corners. I think that's where Jamar works, in Peachtree Corners, child. But they in Peachtree Corners to clean, because it's cleaning day. And they told their sons that, okay, listen, y'all don't know how to clean up. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna come over to the house, we're gonna schedule you a cleaning day, and we're gonna come over here and we're gonna help y'all clean up, right? They get there and the boys and stood them up. It's giving ISIS. You got me waiting in the dark of night, and I'm being stood up because I'm looking fly. You got me sitting like a fool. You gonna pick me up, or you playing with my mind? Am I stood up? They stood them up, and now they pissed because we done drove our ass all the way over to Peachtree Corners, and y'all asses ain't even here to clean up this nasty ass house, and it was nasty. It was nasty. I gotta be honest. It was nasty as motherfucker. It looked like some 20-year-old boys living in a house. It looks like that. Bags, DoorDash bags everywhere, shoes all over the place, like it was stinking up a storm because they ain't washed their socks. You feel what I'm saying? Like it just seemed like a 20-year-old ass room with niggas. That's what it seemed like to me, right? So they go in there and they decide, okay, we gonna clean up and we gonna tip these motherfuckers. Because ain't no way we came over here to help their ass clean up and they ain't even here. Like that's some bullshit. And that is some bullshit now. It is. So they talk about Quad's birthday party and they talk about her man. And then Simone feels some kind of way because she is just now finding out about Quad's man. She says that pretty much solidifies her point as to how the relationship with Quad is very superficial because it took her over a year to even tell them that she had a man. But again, Simone, y'all ain't been cool like that in over a year. So it's like, what do you expect? Do you really expect her to be opening up to y'all, telling y'all about her man and what she got going on with her man and how her man treat her and how great this man is? Do you really believe that that's a conversation that y'all finna have? Y'all not finna have that conversation no time soon, baby. You already know that because y'all ain't been cool in quite some time now. And I'm gonna need for you to understand that y'all ain't been cool like that at all. So I'm trying to understand why the fuck are you so mad about the situation? Because you should not be that mad about it. Honestly, you shouldn't be. But to each is the fuck on. Cecil said, well, I understand why Quad wasn't ready to bring him around, y'all, because don't nobody want to bring no man in this group. And then the first thing y'all motherfuckers want to do is sit up and do investigations and question him and shit like that. Just like, and then they showed all the flashbacks of them questioning Scott and all this other stuff. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want to bring no man around them either. Like sometimes and I could just speak for myself. Sometimes when I start dating somebody and I really like somebody, I'd be so quick to tell them about the person. But these days, I just wait to tell them. Like with my own situation, I waited for a while before I really just, bursted it out the way that I did. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think sometimes that's the best thing because you don't want to overspeak, overstep, oversay shit, have everybody thinking that you're in the happiest place in the world, and then you turn around and you're not in the happiest place in the world. You feel what I'm saying? So to me, it's kind of like, yeah, that's just the basis of the situation. So yeah, it's crazy, but that's just what it is, child. That's what it is. So he understands how where Quiet coming from, but Simone ain't gonna understand. So then we get into Dr. Contessa, Sweet Tea, and Phaedra. Um, Contessa and Phaedra, they talk about Sweet Tea and Heavenly's fight. um, you know, Contessa was like, well, first of all, I didn't even understand why Heavenly walked over here to hug me like we long lost cousins or something when she know that we don't fuck with each other. So I was very surprised when she walked her ass over there to hug on me and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? And then they started talking about the fight with Sweet Tea and Heavenly and how Heavenly turned into a whole different person. So Contessa said that Heavenly is a horrible person. And to be quite honest, I'm just gonna say this, and I've been saying this on every damn review. It's so crazy how everybody allows Heavily to get away with some of the bullshit that she be doing. Like she be flat out disrespectful to these motherfuckers, and they still let her in. They still don't have an issue with her. They still love her to death and all this other shit. But in the same breath, they be ready to dismiss everybody else with the same damn attitude. Like the way they give Quad all this shit, but they don't give Heavenly this shit. And people be trying to make sense of what Heavenly says and does and why she do the things she do. Like people do be trying to make sense of it and stuff like that on my behalf. But I be like, y'all really can't make no sense out of this shit for me. Y'all just can't make no sense out of it because I never understand how anybody couldn't be okay with that behavior. If you get my drift, why the fuck is you okay with that shit? I wouldn't be. You feel what I'm saying? Like I just would not be okay with that. I just wouldn't be. Um, but yeah, but yeah, it's like Contessa was like Heavenly is just a horrible person, and that's just what it is. And I get why she feels that way, but Contessa was the only one that would call Heavenly out on that bullshit that she would be on. Sweet Tea arrives, and then once she arrives, they start discussing Quad, introducing her man. And Phaedra was like, well, to be honest, I'm happy for Quad. I feel like she's happy, she's in a decent place. So I think it's a good look, So if she happy, I'm happy. And then Sweet Tea was like, I am so glad that Quad found her a man. I am so happy that she found her a man, child. Because at the end of the day, I hope he got some money because we all know that that's what she wants. That's what she's all about, is the money. I'm like, ooh, child, the truth. Because Quad ain't from with no broke nigga. I don't know if she's a gold digger, but I know she ain't finna with nobody broke. We do know that. Okay, we do know that. Sweet Tea, okay, so but then again though, Sweet Tea, you did say that the last season when you was on, you did say that, your favorite thing about, being with Dr. G is that you got the access to the money, but you sit up here saying that you hope that this man got money for Crowd because that's all she about. So is that all you about, Sweet Tea? Let me know, okay? So we get into the elephants in the room. They all say that let's do a girls trip. There's so many different elephants in this room, and we all need to figure out these elephants right now. And Phaedra said, well, I'm down to do a girls trip. It's just that I don't want it to be like Napa again. And I don't think nobody really want this shit to be like Napa again. Because to be honest, after that Napa trip, that's when Married to Medicine went downhill, and I stopped reviewing it because y'all know I drop a show in a damn minute. But I stopped reviewing Married to Medicine right after that Napa trip because that shit was boring. After they kicked Quad the fuck out, I really wasn't interested in watching this shit no damn more. I just got to be honest. I just wasn't. I ain't saying that Quad is the reason for the season, but I just wasn't interested in the shit no more once they did that. Just being real. Let's see. What's going on? They talking about the possibility of a glamping trip, and Phaedra had been on a glamping trip before because her fake ass was on Housewives of Atlanta, so she know all about glamping trips. So then we get into Dr. Heavenly. Her son Zach is interning with her. He looks like he's one of the girls. When I say one of the girls, he's one of me. I don't know if he gay or not, but that's just what I get from him. But she's the one teaching him. He just graduated from school and stuff, and I thought that was cute. The girls get their invites for the girls trip. Everybody's very much so excited about the trip. And then Cecil and Simone was talking about her dilemma with Quad. She says that every time I get cool with Quad, it's always something. We be cool for a second, and any comment, anything that's said on social media, she takes it personal, and then we're not cool anymore. I just feel like that this particular relationship involving Quad and Simone, they just need to move on. They just need to move on. They just need to understand that they're not friends. They need to understand that. They need to understand that they're not friends in the least. They need to understand that they'll never be tight like that. They need to understand that it's just not in the cards for them to be cool like that. It's just not like it's okay to walk away from certain friendships and situations. It's absolutely okay. Like we were just having that conversation last night. Me, JoJo, and JB says what and Beasley. Like we were having that conversation last night. And sometimes it's best that, you know, we do look at things in a way and we figure it out and we be like, okay, this might not be the best thing. The friendship might be expired at this point. And sometimes we be trying to hold on to these relationships with these people, but it just don't work out for our good or our better at all. It just doesn't. And we just need to realize that at some point we need to leave well enough alone. And that's just the truth and the basis of it all. Just leave well enough alone. We need to move on with our lives and just keep it pushing. That's the only thing that we can do when it come down to that. Because Simone and Quad ain't gonna never get it right at all. They not. What's going on next? So then Phaedra, we're introduced to Apollo. She says she's had her on and off and again romance with Apollo since 1995. They had 2 kids together. They are divorced. He still can't come to her house, and he crazy, and that's why she don't want him in the house. She don't like his energy, and she don't want him in her house. I guess Phaedra. So then, Apollo comes over to pick the boys up because she getting ready to go to Florida for this trip. And then Phaedra says that Toya said that she saw Apollo out and she brought up some stuff. And Apollo says, yeah, Toya did question me about all the stuff that went down with, Shireen. And then Phaedra was like, well, isn't that nosy? Isn't that messy? And then the producers asked Toya, do you think that you're being messy or were you being messy? She said, I'm really not. I really wasn't being messy. I know y'all think I'm being messy, but I'm really not being messy because at the end of the day, Quad is very much so. I mean, not Quad. Phaedra is guarded. She doesn't share anything with us. So I had to find out I had to go and find out for myself. And that is one of the things that I don't like about Phaedra. She don't share anything on this show, but y'all like to, go in on other folks who don't share shit, but it's okay when she don't. Like, why is she here if she not gonna share nothing? But okay, that's y'all girl though. Sweet Tea, Kanisha, her sister, her twin sister, she's pregnant. And see, Sweet Tea was like she's very happy for her sister, but she's still worried about her own situation with getting pregnant. And Kanisha said that she'll be there for her. As Dr. G come in the house, they start talking about her own situation, how she's going to a pelvic clinic. She's still experiencing some kind of pain after the surgery, and she just wants to make sure that everything is going right for them to have a child because they just started trying. She asked Dr. G how much longer can he wait. He said he can only wait 2 more years. She gets emotional. And I understood both ends. I understood her emotion behind it, but I also understood why he doesn't want to wait that much longer. Dr. G is a man of a certain age. He don't want to get too old to have a child to where anything could happen and he not there for the child. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's where I think it was going because he been waiting to have a child for so long. He wasted all that time waiting on Quad to have a kid for him. You know what I mean? And now you got a woman that's willing to have one, but she's having issues with it. So she wants a baby. He wants one, but he got a time limit on how long he can wait. And as I said, he's a man of a certain age. And he said it all depends on how badly do you want a child because there's adoption, there's all sorts of ways to get kids. So it just depends on how badly you want a child. Everybody's getting ready to go to Orlando. Heavenly tells Dr. Jackie that Phaedra was being messy, coming over there questioning her about Contessa because the last time she checked, she was good with Contessa or whatever. But Phaedra probably was being messy, but Heavenly, you messy all the damn time. So what's the damn difference? They all head to Orlando. There's a prayer that Dr. Jackie, Toya, and Quad do, and Dr. Heavenly, they all do a prayer, and everybody's wondering if this trip gonna be good. But from the previews of it all, it ain't gonna be no but drama, and I can't wait to see it. So y'all, that was pretty much my review on Married to Medicine. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will leave you guys with the music video from DuBlaVae, featuring Carl and Bando, and it's the My Sug remix. And I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Bye.
Leave the money on the dresser. Deep throat, use a lot of spit, make it messy. Slap it across your face, pull it out, put it back in. They call you gooseneck, cause she can make her throat big. Lockjaw, baby, gon' lax your muscles. You bought your best friend, shit, shorty, what you up to? Take one for the team and support your best friend. Show me how you eat that dick up on your knees with no hands. In your mouth like a motherfucking dentist. Dick move in like a motherfucking tenant. I get that bread, get that head, then I dash. I get my nut, then get back to the bag. And double back, hell nah, you ain't finished. Wanna feel the back to your throat, let me in it. Choke up on this dick, bitch, who you coughing at? Doobie, 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 come and get this Scooby snack.
Might suck dick for a living.